Do you have plans April 17th to April 19th? You do now. With me and my besties. We are going to be hosting a 48-hour readathon that will run from 7 p.m. Eastern time on April 17th all the way to 7 p.m. Eastern time on April 19th. Now the readathon does have to run within this timeline. You cannot change it to your timeline just because there are things that are going to happen that will trigger during live sprints and things like that. So we have to be kind of around for them. Now, if you're wondering who the hosts are, it's me, Books with Lexi, Melanor Reads, and On Monica's Shelves. And it's going to be a hoot and a half. We are going to be live sprinting as much as possible. We will be sleeping, but because of how we've set this up, it does involve us being live for things to happen. So I know we're going to be live a majority of the time, and it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be a blast of just like laughing and sprinting and chatting. If you have no idea what a reading sprint is, this is a live stream where we are live and there's like chat and we can pop up the chat. We do productivity technique where we yap for a little bit and then we put a timer up and people go be productive for the timer. So it's like 45 minutes of productivity. We're normally reading in it, and then 15 minutes of yapping, and it creates the best time. Like if you've never joined a reading sprint, you are going to have so much fun because it's just like makes reading a little bit more community driven. It's like fun to yap with people. We're not reading the same thing at all. It's just like essentially like if you were reading together at your house and then you took like breaks. It's like a lot of fun in my opinion. I really enjoy it, and that's why we created a whole weekend readathon revolving around it. Now this is called PAGE-A-THON, and it's going to be a page count readathon. So what you read doesn't matter really. It's just the pages that matter. There are prompts so that there's like some direction, but everything you read will count. We clearly made it that way with our prompt selection, and each prompt is a different redeem that will happen that kind of like controls us. There's ways for you to control what we're reading. There's ways for you to control what we're eating. There's so much that's going to be happening, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. You're just going to submit the pages you read for a book if it matches that prompt. Now you can only submit the pages once. If you submit the pages for one prompt, you cannot submit those pages for another prompt. However, you can submit 50 pages of the one book for one prompt, and then the next 50 pages you read can go to a different prompt. You're not like locked in with a prompt per book. It's going to be very important for you to sign up because we need to know how many pages you plan on reading in the readathon. The sign up form will be linked in the description of all of our videos. We each have a video coming out with an announcement, and it's going to ask you how many pages you're expecting to read within this weekend. You want that goal to be a challenge but completable. Like you don't want to complete it on Friday night. Like please pick something that feels doable but feels like you're gonna have to work for it. You want to have it work all the way till end of Sunday essentially, and that way the redeems will happen the most naturally. And we need this sign up because we have to figure out the proper percentages for each redemption. So please make sure to sign up. But let's get into the prompts and the redemptions, and that'll make things go a little bit more seamlessly. So we have 8 prompts / redemptions, and each prompt, as I said, is about the pages. So the first one is previous 5-star author, and this will redeem Bean Boozle. Once we get the appropriate amount of pages submitted to previous 5-star author, that will trigger one of us to have to play Bean Boozled. And if you don't know what that is, it's a nasty game that my parents made me play all the time. My dad loved making us play this, where there are jelly beans and some are good and some are bad, like bad. And you pick a jelly bean at random and then you put it in your mouth and you're hoping for a good one, but you could get a bad one. And like they're disgusting. Like, I promise you, my boyfriend does them on Twitch and I've seen him almost go throw up, but it's a lot of fun. It's funny. It's hilarious. It's like, what will you get? So once we get the pages for that, we will have our names on a spinner wheel, and whoever it lands on will have to play Bean Boozled. And this is working as a team. Like you guys are essentially working as a team against us. I mean, I might have to submit some so that hopefully like some of my other co-hosts get Bean Boozled. So for this one, every time you read a book that is a previous 5-star author, you don't have to give this book 5-star. It just has to be an author you've given 5-star before. Any pages from this book that you want to submit, you would submit to this prompt, and then we would reach that prompt and things would happen. That's just one of the prompts though. Another prompt is popcorn read, which will redeem a pet treat. Since we all talk about our pets online and I feel like a lot of people love them and they show up in sprints a lot, we figured why not have something special for our cats too. We will be rotating through which pet gets a treat because we don't want like one pet to just get sick on treats. But as I said, every time you read a popcorn read, you can submit your pages to this. Any amount of pages will do, and obviously once we hit the amount of pages that we're supposed to, our cat will get a treat, or a dog, I guess. A popcorn read is kind of like stretchable in my opinion. I count a popcorn read as something that like I eat fast. because I like feel like when you're eating popcorn, you're just like eating it. Like stop eating and you're like, I'm done. And then your hand is just like reaching down at the movie theaters to get more of that buttery popcorn goodness. And it's like you can't even control your hand. Like you can't stop eating it. You can't stop reading this book. That is what I call a popcorn read. Something that's just like so bingeable to read. But it's up to interpretation. Another prompt is stolen from our April TBR or PAGE-A-THON TBR. All 4 of us are going to have PAGE-A-THON TBRs coming out before the weekend, and you can steal a book off of that TBR or off our April TBR. It has to be one of us, like one of the 4 of us, me, Mel, Lexi, or Monica. You can't just steal from anyone. It does have to be the 4 of us. It's to encourage you to watch our content and to kind of get familiar with us, because this weekend readathon does revolve around us quite a bit. You're making us do things, like you're controlling us. And for this reward, you get to pick our next read. Exactly. This one is a little bit different because we are forcing you to submit in 50-page increments for this one. And every 50 pages, you will submit for a specific person. So if you want to force me to read something, you would submit your 50 pages and then you're going to click my name and then you're going to write what book you want me to read. And if you read another 50 pages from a book stolen from our TBR, you can then submit it for someone else. Like you could submit one for Mel and force her to read a book. I think we should all make Lexi read dirty smut. Dirty, dirty, dirty smut. That is my goal. I'm going to be sabotaging Lexi. And whenever we hit the appropriate amount of pages, we will then randomize on the page. I'll just have like a random number generator and we'll click one of the comments, and whatever book that person says will be the one we read. Listen, we can't read that many books in a readathon, so be nice. If you pick a 900-page book, there are chances we will DNF it. We are letting ourselves DNF. We're gonna give things our best shot, but we will not be reading something we hate. I will not be reading it for a 48-hour readathon. So like, you don't have to be like nice, but be nice about it, you know? Like something that's 100 pages and just like fun, like badger smut, hilarious to force us to read. But you can also be really nice and give us some like 5-star predictions. I have a video out of those and I won't say no to any of those, or something on our TBR or whatever. You will get to choose what we read, but I am gonna say we are letting ourselves DNF things. So maybe don't pick a 1,000-page book because there's only so many times that we can hit this in the readathon, and it's more fun if we can hit it more times. The next one is an author you've read from before, and the reward for this one is a giveaway. We have Patreons where we have little bookmarks, and so we decided just to do like a fun little giveaway with a bunch of the bookmarks we have and things like that. This one is another one where you have to submit per 50 pages, but with this one, whether one person submits or 100 people submit, there will be a giveaway. There's nothing you have to reach on this one. Just every 50 pages gets you a submission into the giveaway, and then at the end of the weekend we will randomize all the submissions. If you want to enter this one 10 times, you can submit 50 pages 10 times and you'll get 10 entries. The next one is out of your comfort zone, and the reward for this is a competition. This one is a lot of fun in my opinion. We have like a wheel that we've created with like fun little games or competitions for us to play. Think like what's in the box or a scavenger hunt, or like we all have to draw something and whoever draws it the best wins kind of thing. And it's going to be very much a random wheel of us doing really, really wild things. Nick created a couple of them. It was so fun to like brainstorm all these ideas, and I'm so excited to see the shit we get into with this wheel. Whenever you read a book that's out of your comfort zone, whatever this means to you. Sometimes it's a long book, especially for a 48-hour readathon. Maybe you're not normally picking up books that long for a 48-hour readathon, so it feels out of your comfort zone. Maybe it's a genre you don't really read. Maybe it's an author that you have disliked a couple times and you're trying again, hoping that maybe this time you'll like them, but it's just like not as comfortable to read them. Like whatever out of your comfort zone means, any pages you read for a book that counts as this, you can submit. The best strategy is to pick books that work for like lots of prompts, and then whatever you're feeling in the moment, you can submit to. And I think we're gonna have little updates. I think the plan is to be like, oh, we're really close to hitting this at times. So that will also maybe help determine the vibe. Our next prompt is a book under 300 pages. It's a 48-hour readathon. We wanna get those short books read. That's like the whole point of this, right? And the redeem for this one is to pick our sprint length. The maximum length that we will let you pick is 2 hours. We do not wanna be doing like a 4-hour sprint. It just like doesn't feel fun, especially with us having to like do redeems and stuff. Anything from 1 second to 2 hours is fair game for you to pick for us. Next up, we have a randomized book, so you can pick your book any random way, whether it's with a die, a spinner wheel, a pet pick, like whatever you want to do. It just has to be random, a poll pick, whatever. It's just like not in your control. This will count. So in my opinion, I would randomize books that work for other prompts. I would have a list of like 4 books that work for other prompts, and then they would hit this one as well. Like why not, you know? Anytime that you guys pick my read, I could be submitting for this. For this one, the redeem is that stream picks our next blank. This is a little bit vague because what it's gonna mean is whoever is gonna do something, you'll get to pick. We'll have like polls going. So let's say I'm thirsty and I'm like, well, I need a drink. I would put a poll up and you would get to pick what I get to drink. I can't promise anyone else, but I know when I do this, I'm gonna try and go like a little trick or treat. So let's say I'm picking my drink. I'd probably put like Dr. Pepper because I love that. Maybe an alcoholic beverage, maybe a juice box, but then I'd also have water because I don't like water. And so you could give me the treat, the Dr. Pepper, or you could give me the trick, the water. I'm not gonna do anything that I like really hate, but when I'm going for food, maybe there's something that I really want and something that I don't typically like want as much. Maybe for if I'm getting a snack, there'll be chips, candy, or like crackers, vegetables, like veggies and dip, and you could pick me like the healthy option. So that is kind of the plan for me in this one. I can't really confirm what other people are doing, but I think that this will be a lot of fun, and we're gonna rotate through just like whoever is doing something next. Like maybe it's what I'm gonna wear or whatever it is you'll be in control of. I think this will be one that we hit quite often, and that'll be a lot of fun. And then our last prompt is a new to you author. See how we had an author you read from before and a new to you author? Literally anything you read will count because we have those two prompts. And this one is just very nice to us. The redeem for this is a stretch. This is kind of just done as a group. Every time we hit it, the 4 of us will get up and stretch. You're welcome to stretch with us. It's really just forcing us to move our bodies, and I need that force because I do not move my body enough, and so like forcing me to go walk around the house or do something is very good. Maybe we'll do some group yoga, you know, a group stretching sesh. Downward dog together on live sprints. But I think that this will be a lot of fun. I'm very much excited for what this weekend is going to bring. As I said, make sure to sign up. We need that sign up form. We need to know how many pages you're gonna read. Make it a doable goal, but a goal you have to work for. Like you have to be sitting down to read to do it. And then a couple other like minor things. If you're reading graphic novels or manga, we are gonna count them as half pages just because they do read a lot faster than a regular novel. So when you submit them, make sure you submit them as half pages. We won't be doing it. You have to submit them. So if it's a 100-page graphic novel, submit for 50 pages. And then if there is anything that does not have a page count, like if you're listening to an audio only story, we're gonna do 50 pages per recorded hour for that one. And for all of these, you can submit however many you want. If you want to submit 50 pages, 60 pages, 70 pages, you can, except for the giveaway and the pick our next read. You do have to do both of those in 50-page increments. The rest you can do whatever because it's just about us reaching a certain portion, but for those two, it will have to be in 50-page increments. However, the spreadsheet will do that for you. Like when you log into like the submission form, you won't be able to type a number in. It'll just say 50 pages. If you have any game suggestions for us for the competition one, also leave them down below because I think it'll just be a lot of fun to add more games and have a heck of a hoot of a good time. And then other than that, I just have merch to show you because would it be a readathon without some fun merch? These will be available on Mel's Etsy shop for us. We have bookmarks and we have stickers. The first bookmark we have is a billboard. There's like a sunset background and then we built it to kind of look like a billboard and it says 48 hours only. It's a very like readathon vague bookmark, which I think is so exciting because anytime you do a 48-hour readathon, you can use this. I personally have never seen a billboard bookmark before, so I need to toot our horns because I think that this was so fun, and I hope you see the billboard because I did, and I thought it was like really cool that like we're on Sunset Boulevard and here is our 48-hour only readathon billboard bookmark. I'm very much obsessed with this one, and the gold foil is stunning. The other bookmark we have is adorable, and because it kind of revolves around us, this readathon was kind of like branded around us and how much fun I think we have together and how much we love each other. We decided to put our cats on a bookmark. Sorry, Ollie and Bowser. We did get emotes done with all of the pets, and we do have emotes with Ollie and Bowser as well, and we will put them available to you in the Discord. I don't know if I said there'll be a Discord, but there will. Link down below. But the bookmark is just our cats, and there is all 8 of them, and I think it's adorable. And like, who doesn't want a cat bookmark? I think it's cute. Whether it was a stranger's cats or not, I think this is adorable, and I love cats that I love this bookmark. And it also has some gold foil. And then we also have a sticker that has like a little Kindle and a cat because I feel like cats and reading just go together, and this is perfect for any like reading journals or anything like that. Again, super cute. And as I said, there is a Discord link down below. Mel's Etsy shop will be linked down below, and the sign up form will be linked down below. We will be yapping in this Discord. I'm sure some of these polls will also happen in Discord in case something happens and we're not live yet or something like that, but I promise we will be starting on my channel 7 p.m. Eastern time on Friday the 17th, and we will be sprinting from then till Sunday pretty much. Like, give me some time to sleep, but other than that, I'm going to be live live, and I'm sure Nick will be around. Nick told me he was gonna do a Bean Boozled with me. You heard it here, folks. Whenever I get my first Bean Boozled, he's gonna be doing it with me. And I was planning on adding the good ones in too, so that I'm like actually Bean Boozled, because I got the spicy beans, but I think I'm gonna make him do a habanero one. I'll do it with him, but I just feel like it would be hilarious if we both did like the extra spicy one. But I might chicken out. So don't hold me accountable, but hold Nick accountable. I'm also gonna leave all the other announcement videos in the description. Please check them out. All 4 of us put an announcement video out because we all have a different audience, but it would mean the world to us if you still watched every single one. Even if you just put them on and you like hop in the shower and you're not paying attention, it really would mean the world to us to show these videos some love. It also shows us that people enjoy this kind of concept and that we will want to do them again more. So please check out all my hosts, channels, and announcement videos, and I will leave a video on the screen, maybe my vlog from my last 48-hour readathon, so that you can see how much fun we have together. And if you'd like to leave an emoji just to say you were here, leave me a book emoji and tell me what your favorite prompt is, or like what your favorite redeem is, like what you're gonna be like trying to do in the readathon. And have yourselves an absolutely remarkable day.